This is at the bottom of a quiet river valley in eastern Northumberland. It's a beautiful spot, and now it's autumn. It's got that lovely pre-winter stillness to it. The trees are all turning yellow. It's just time to unwind a little bit and enjoy the memories of the summer that we've had and look forward to the winter. Okay, my friends, let me tell you what this night's about. Well, first, it's a first night camp in the marvellous, large and stable Nortent Gamme 4. And I've come to a remote private campsite in Northumberland. I think I can just hear the bark of a deer there. I'm here alone. It's about making a conscious effort to relax. And that concept is of Norwegian and Scandinavian origin, known as Hygge. And that means making a conscious effort to have a good time, to relax. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a try at making a camp cottage pie. And then I've got lovely comfortable bedding, some good lighting, trying a camp bed and another overbag tonight. So let me show you what ingredients I've got to make this cottage pie. You could do this any way you like, but I've just tried some simple ingredients. I've got some Cumberland sausages, I've got some good quality Spanish chorizo, onion, I've got some vegetables, carrots, peas and sweet corn. I've got some beef stock, some tomato puree, and then for the topping, some Idaho mash and some really nice Spanish manchego cheese. But to help me with this, at first it's time for
Knife of the Camp.
I'm actually on a scout campsite that you might have gathered that's closed for the winter. This is pretty special, to be honest, because this knife belonged to somebody that I never met, but I know he was in the Scouts in the late 1940s and 1950s, and this was his knife. So it's made by Fjern of Germany, and sadly, earlier this year he died, and somebody that I know knows that I'm into camping and then that I'm a scout leader, and he gave me this knife that belonged to Ray, bless him, and this was just among his possessions. It's got a nice patina on it still, but it was quite blunt and a lot more stain than this, but I've sharpened it up beautifully, and from Heine Haynes I managed to get a nice leather sheath for it. So I'm going to toast Ray, memory of Ray, and use his knife on this lovely, calm, self-care night to cook this lovely meal. Cheers, Ray. Here's to your memory. So, as you can imagine, being a Foulman Dave video, I'm not just all going to be about candles and nice music. I'm going to talk about gear a bit as well. This is the MSR Windburner Duo system, ideal for a bit of group cooking. So I might use this for a bit of heat in the tent later, which is why I've got such a big gas. So what is this concept of Hygge? I'd love to know what your understanding of it is, and if you've set out ever with that in mind. But what my understanding of it is mindful enjoyment. To me, this is about kind of like deliberately slowing down, making a conscious effort to do things with care and slowly, especially cooking sausages, and to really think about your environment. Okay, in goes the chorizo, just for a little warm. I think if you heat up chorizo too much, kind of fry it, it goes hard, doesn't it? Warm that through a bit, nice and gentle. It's great, the wind burner, for cooking something like this, because the ring on the bottom that's designed for wind protection stops it from sliding off, so you can kind of give it a bit of a knocking around and it just stays put. Now some stock just gone in, good dose of tomato puree. As I'm sat here cooking, I'm just watching the mist form here, and this is a perfect example of what happens in a bowl or corrie in a mountain, because we've got a bit of a rising slope here, and of course as the moisture rich air cools, it sinks, and as it sinks it starts to condense, and the water vapour that was captured in the warm air starts to become particles or like a mist. Okay, that's a lovely thick tomatoey gravy base now. I know cottage pie should be with ground beef, but ground beef in the sausage, isn't it? Put a shot of milk powder in there as well, just to make it extra creamy. So if you're looking for a mash to take camping, this one, Idahoan, is the way to go. It's really good. Let's get these not too delicately cut chunks of manchego in. Wow. While the mash is setting, I've put that back on for a minute. That manchego's instantly melted in there. And smell the lovely cheesiness. And that, my friends, is my version of a camp cottage pie. And if you've got your own versions, I'd love to hear about them. And we can all read them, because people love to read the comments. So put it below what your camp cottage pie is. Okay, I doubt if I'm going to eat all this. Weighs about 4 kilos. Straight away to the firm crunch of the carrot. The smoky, spicy flavour of the chorizo, the peppery herbiness of the Cumberland sausage, cheesiness of the mash. That's absolutely top drawer, that. Really good. Okay, I'm just going to sit here and watch the sky go pink and enjoy this. Inside where it's cosy. So this is a new thing, trying a cot bed. Nice to be able to sit on that. So yeah, I think this time of year, autumn, it's a fantastic time for hiking and camping, and I think it's my favourite time of all, really, because the days are cooler and we've got these lovely kind of dark nights. But I think at this time, leading up to the winter solstice, we've got this kind of low energy that goes on. It's time to repair and restore. And I've often thought at this time of year, we should be sitting in smoky huts, telling tales, sharing our experiences. And to me, this is about kind of acknowledging that sometimes we can slow down a little bit and consciously look after ourselves. And in a woodland like this, it kind of focuses your attention on the natural. There's no sound. I've just heard, or first I heard a flock of pigeons going back to roost, and I heard them when they were kind of like 75, 50 metres behind me, and they came over in a big rush and a whoosh. Now, how often do you get to hear that? So anybody that kind of like follows my channel might have seen me going down the woods and having a cup of tea, and that's my mini Hygge. So I'd encourage you to do the same. Do what you enjoy, and for us guys, it's kind of like the hiking, kind of camping sort of thing, but think about taking your time, and especially at this time of year, just enjoying it, getting a lovely shelter, a bit of space, a bit of luxury. I've got an overbag system tonight to try, so yeah, that's enough waffling from me. So I've got a trifle to enjoy now, and maybe just have a cup of tea. Put the comments below what you think, what your little bit of self-care is in the autumn and winter, because us guys, we just don't do it enough. The most amazing things just happened. I'm sitting here kind of chatting to you and reflecting and talking about enjoying life and being kind to yourself. And what's just popped up on my phone is a memory, Facebook memories with Chris Goff in 2009. Now, Chris, he was a teenager when we were fishing together, and that's sat in my parents' back garden when we were about 17, 18, having a drink. That was me around the same time. Probably had a big zit on my nose. And the thing is I haven't thought about Chris for some time, but he's dead. Sadly died, must be 10 years ago now, in his early 50s, and we were at school together. We were friends from when we were 7. And can't help thinking it's just a bit of a message to, take your time, reflect, look after yourself. Because one day we're here and the next we're gone. And that doesn't worry me, being gone. But, I know that we owe it to ourselves to kind of live and enjoy the things we love. Even if it's the simple things like just being in a tent. So, here's to all those that have passed, bless them. Oh, fish, oh, boing, boing, boing. Okay, let me show you what's going on with this sleep system. So this is a Cedar Summit sleeping bag that I've got inside here. I'm using this cocoon overbag. Now, it's a pretty nice bit of kit. I'm slightly worried about how cool and clammy this kind of like bottom bit will be. I'm also wondering what it's going to be like on the nature hike cot bed. I've never used one of these before, I understand they can be kind of like quite cool, but you know, I've got a good, I think it's R7, the Nortent 7 mat, so that should be pretty comfortable. But I've also got a Snug Pack jungle blanket, and what I really enjoyed when I was using the Halite bag last week was the synthetic underlayer. It made it all really, really comfortable. No cold spots underneath me. So we'll see what the cocoon is like with its plastic feeling kind of like bottom, and its 1000mm hydrostatic head top as well. And we're going to get cozy. I can't tell you what a luxury this is, camping, having a bed to actually sit on and take your shoes off and stuff. What a treat. Okay, I'm dropping off here. I'm going to say good night. It's only 9:15, but yeah, I feel pretty sleepy. There's loads of deer that keep crashing about in the woods, but I won't let them bother me. Okay, good night. Well, good morning. Slept pretty well, really. So I wasn't sure at first, but the nature height cot bed was pretty good, to be honest. Now the sleep system worked well with the light bag and the cocoon overbag. You know, on the whole, I think it's working well, this 2-bag system for colder temperatures. Right, I've actually got to go to work, so better get my act together. It's a luxury, but the nice thing about these radiant burners is they give off a nice bit of warmth. So as I'm getting packed up, I'm going to talk about the kit I've been using and then reflect a little bit on the night and the chat that we got into last night and that memory from the past. Yeah, so the foot of my down bag is completely dry, whereas the cocoon was all damp here where I had it against the wall, but that too is completely dry on the inside. Now the Gamme has been a lovely place to be, so it's fantastic having all this space to myself as well. I can stand up, for heaven's sake. On this overbag, I'll be doing a separate video on this overbag and all of the overbags, so check the overbag playlist, because there's going to be several over this winter. Nortent mat, good as ever, and it's meant with this nature height cot, I can have it a bit softer, and I was kind of sleeping on a kind of concave really, which kind of supports the sides of your body. It was pretty good. So it holds together just by these bits under tension. So I should show you this Flextail Villa lantern. It's got a dimmer switch there, and this dial is the colour changing dial, so you can go from cool to warm, like a retro thing. Nice bit of kit. That's the on-off switch, so I've had it going quite a lot, like last night and this morning and stuff, and the power indicator there hasn't gone down at all. Switch it off like that. This looks like an insect catcher thing, but it's not. It's just, you know, just a tough protection for it. Nice bit of kit. The Villa lantern, USB-C rechargeable. And of course this has been the Phoenix CL22 optional disco lighting, which, sorry to disappoint you, but I didn't get disco head on last night. The MSR Duo has been great for camping like this, because You can use it to give yourself a bit of heat as well. Just starting to get glowing there nicely. This is the MSR coffee dripper. Now, I have got the cafetiere adapter for the Duo, but hey, I quite like this one. Ground some coffee at home last night, and it makes me feel like I'm Harmon Hoke. Oh, it's good. I realise that this place is really special. Very little encroachment of sounds of the outside world. So I hope you found this enjoyable and poignant as well. Now, I don't think for a minute it was the spirit of my dead friend operating the Facebook algorithm, but you know what happened last time is my friend Chris Goff's memories turned up. Makes you think. Okay, thanks for watching.